How are you? Nice to meet you. 반갑습니다. I have a question which is so sensitive and I would love you pay attention. What are the things you have to change in your life? Remember, change is part of growth, and the more we change, we can become perfect by God's grace. We have some things we have to change in our lives. Let me give you this answer straight away. Bitterness and competition, they are the greatest enemies. What is bitterness? Bitterness is produced from that root of unforgiveness. Where does bitterness come from? Where we are hurt and offended by other people. As we live day by day, sometimes we misunderstand others. Maybe we miscommunicate. Many things bring bitterness. Our hearts are broken in many times. And as a result, we are tempted to land in the ditch of bitterness. So we are moving. And as we are moving on this journey, this road of life, on the left and on the right, there are ditches. There is a ditch of bitterness and a ditch of pride. So bitterness is so smelly. Bitterness is a garbage we need to get rid of from our lives, because bitterness is the source of all troubles. Let us look in the Bible, in the book of Hebrews. See it that no one misses the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. We see Hebrews 12:15 is clearly telling us bitterness makes us fall short of God's grace. Where there is bitterness, the grace of God cannot manifest. I want to bless you today wherever you are, that you can take courage to forgive somebody who wronged you, that you can overcome this enemy of bitterness. Remember, when Jesus was crucified at the cross, he was going through a lot of pain. He was crying, he was weeping. Nobody could endure that pain. Nobody cried like Jesus. But Jesus challenged everybody around. In that moment of darkness, he prayed a prayer and he said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. They didn't know Jesus was the Son of God. They didn't know he is the promised Messiah. They didn't know he's the one who is going to heal all their diseases. If they knew, they could not crucify him. If they knew, they could not mock him. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. I learn from Jesus. Learn from Jesus. Let us learn from Jesus. We pray this kind of prayer. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Many times, those who hurt us, they don't know what they are doing. Remember, we are children of God. Remember, when we forgive, that is an act of love. And now let us move to competition. Yes, the word competition, as you are listening, or maybe you are hearing it, I don't mean competition of football, maybe boxing. Competition is basing on the spiritual part of it. Why competition is very dangerous? Why competition is a ditch. The enemy is always trying to get us and to stop our destinies. Competition always will distract us from our identity. That's how dangerous competition is. When we do things on our own, we intend to depend on ourselves. As a result, we start to compete with other people. Yet God has called us unique, wonderfully, fearfully made by God. How can I sing this song? I'm wonderfully, fearfully made by God. That's why I speak to you in my own confidence. I speak to you in my own voice. I speak to you in my own skin, in my own color. I'm wonderfully, fearfully made by God. From today and on for the rest of the days of your life, don't be tempted to fall in competition. Before I wind up, let me share a simple testimony. When I was a little young man, just completed Bible school, I had a mission in Nairobi, Kenya. I was given an opportunity to preach in one of the wonderful big churches in Kenya. The owner of the church came to me before I went to the stage. He spoke to me and said, make sure you preach very well. Make sure you work hard. Make sure you don't fail today. If you fail on the first day, it will be very difficult for you to pass the next day. People will not come in the conference. And as a result, we are going to have a failure. I was confident. I said, yes, I'm trusting God. I went on the stage. I preached with all my strength. I preached with all my energy. I shouted on the top of my voice. I saw people weeping, people receiving grace from my ministry. I was grateful to God of what He did that day. When I came down from the stage, the owner of the church came to me quietly and he spoke to me. I'm sorry, your preaching has no impact today. You will not be able to preach the next day. When I heard that, I was really heartbroken. I felt I am nothing. I lost all my confidence, which I had before going on the stage. On that same night, when I was praying, the Lord spoke to my heart. Don't be discouraged. Don't lose hope. Preach as you are. Always shout as you have been shouting today. I heard that voice of the Lord speaking to me. Shout louder as you have been shouting today. Don't change your identity. As years passed by, we had a very big pastors' conference at our ministry headquarters. Amongst those who attended, 2,000 pastors attended. Amongst those who attended is this wonderful gentleman who hosted me years back in Nairobi, Kenya. We had many speakers. On that evening, I preached, and after preaching, this same pastor came to me and said, Chagora니, we have seen many preachers today. You are the best preacher. The same lips which spoke words of discouragement to me, they are the same lips which came back and spoke words of courage unto me. Thank God I did not change my identity. My dear, my friend, let nobody deceive you. You are wonderfully called by God. You have a special purpose to fulfill. Nobody will do what you are called to do. Nobody will fulfill what you are called to do. Never forget what God has given you. Remember to write some points, at least 2 points you have learned today, and you share to your friends, and then we'll continue seeing how God is doing great things. Otherwise, peace of God and blessings. Bye for now. See you on the next one. Gudog, chuayo, maja amajayo. Kurongoyo.